The morning sun peeked through the sheer curtains, casting a warm glow across the room. I reluctantly opened my eyes, greeted by the familiar sight of our shared bedroom. It took me a moment to remember why today felt different, why my heart thumped so heavily in my chest. It had been exactly 1 year since the tragic accident that claimed the life of the man I love, my sweet Ethan. The guilt I carried weighed me down like an anchor, dragging me into a sea of endless sorrow. Every day, I replayed that fateful moment in my mind, wondering if there was something I could have done differently, some action that would have changed the outcome. If only I could turn back time. As I sat up, I realized that it was supposed to be raining today. The news had said to prepare for a tropical storm. My head was pounding as I looked at the alarm sitting on my nightstand. My heart stopped when I saw the date blinking as the alarm started to sound. It said it was the 2nd of May, but the year was wrong. It was the same date as a year ago. It can't be. My mind was consumed with a strange mixture of confusion and hope. I thought it was just some sort of tech mistake, but then I heard it. The familiar sound of Ethan whistling downstairs and the clatter of pots and pans. With a racing heart, I hastily went through the motions of my morning routine. Each movement was imbued with a renewed purpose, a desperate determination to alter the course of events. I dressed quickly, barely noticing the clothes I selected, and made my way downstairs to the kitchen, the steps creaking as I fumbled down as quickly as I could. The scene before me was uncanny in its familiarity. The aroma of fresh coffee filled the air, mingling with the sound of sizzling bacon. Ethan stood by the stove, wearing his favorite worn-out flannel shirt and a mischievous smile. It was as if time had frozen, capturing a moment of domestic bliss. Could it really be that the universe had granted me an extraordinary opportunity, that I somehow found myself waking up on the same day, the day of Ethan's death, as if time had folded upon itself? Was it a cruel trick or a miraculous chance to rewrite destiny? "Ethan," I whispered, my voice trembling, "can you hear me?" His eyes locked with mine, and he chuckled, oblivious to my desperation. "Of course, babe. What's gotten into you?" I approached him, my hands shaking. "Something's going to happen today. Something terrible. I can't bear losing you again." I could barely catch my breath. He even smelled the same. He furrowed his brow, concern etching across his face. "What are you talking about, Raven? You're scaring me." I grasped his hands tightly, my voice quivering with urgency. "Please, Ethan. I need you to believe me. Stay away from the construction site today. It's not safe." Confusion clouded his eyes, but a flicker of trust glimmered within them. "All right, weirdo. We'll change our plans. Just relax, okay?" He cupped my face in his hands and gently put his lips to my forehead, like he had down 1,000 times before. With those words, a sliver of hope bloomed within my chest. Maybe, just maybe, I could rewrite our tragic tale. We spent the day exploring the city, seeking refuge in its bustling streets and the diversion it offered. I couldn't tear my eyes away from his smile the entire day. It was like I was dreaming. But my anxiety never fully subsided. The knowledge of what awaited us loomed in the recesses of my mind. As evening descended, the gravity of the situation pressed upon me once more. We had ascended to our favorite picnic spot on top of the parking garage downtown, watching from the top as the sunset cast vibrant hues across the horizon. The view was breathtaking, but the weight of time bore heavily upon my shoulders. "Ethan, I really think we should go home now," I pleaded, my voice choked with emotion. He turned to me, his eyes brimming with confused and love. "Raven, I'm really trying to understand. I just don't know why you seem so scared, but if going home is what you need, we can go." I exhaled, thankful that he was willing to listen to me, despite not knowing why I was so worried. Still, I knew the walk home didn't guarantee safety. With his hand firmly in mine, we descended from the rooftop, each step fraught with anticipation and fear. The night swallowed the city, and we found ourselves near the construction site, the place where Ethan's life was tragically cut short. I tried to pull us a different way, but Ethan insisted that we were just walking past and that everything would be fine. A sense of déjà vu washed over me, but this time I held on to hope with every fiber of my being. Then, in the distance, I heard the screeching sound of metal on metal, followed by a thunderous crash. My heart stopped as I turned to face the site of the accident, praying for a different outcome. Time seemed to slow as I witnessed a miracle unfold before my eyes. An unforeseen twist of fate diverted the path of the falling debris, missing Ethan entirely. A collective gasp rose from others walking nearby as the world shifted on its axis. Tears welled in my eyes, a potent mixture of relief and disbelief coursing through my veins. We had defied destiny. In the aftermath, as we stood amidst the chaos, I couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude. As the debris had started falling, Ethan had covered me with his own body and was now standing in front of me, grasping my shoulders as he looked into my eyes. He wiped the tears that I couldn't stop from flowing, and he looked shocked himself, turning to look back and forth at what had just unfolded and how it could have gone much worse. I was thankful he didn't ask more questions, and even more so that I had been granted a second chance, a chance to cherish the love that had been stolen from me, to create new memories together. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Ethan and I treasured each passing moment, never taking our time together for granted. The guilt that had once shackled my soul slowly dissolved, replaced by an unyielding gratitude for the life we had reclaimed. We were young and in love, and I was full of hope for our future. But as the year came full circle, I found myself waking up once again on the same day, with the same year flashing on the alarm, the day of Ethan's death. Panic seized my heart as I looked around me and realized that I had been granted no more than a temporary reprieve. It was the same exact day, just like before. The universe had decreed that this day would eternally haunt me. I bounded down the stairs to see the same scene I'd witnessed before, with Ethan blissfully unaware of what was happening. He didn't remember a thing. I had to hysterically beg him all over again to change his plans, and just like last time, he was happy to go along if it would calm me down. I didn't even know where to begin in telling him what I was experiencing, what we were experiencing. Maybe it wasn't a gift after all. Maybe I will be damned to keep him alive on this day, just to wait for the year to pass and start all over again. But seeing him standing there, smiling at me in the kitchen, I didn't care. I would spend 1,000 lifetimes keeping him alive and with me. I only worry what happens if I fail.